First of all, I want to do a call out to the fire department for making a trip over here, Victor and his team. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, firemen. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for keeping us safe. One of the things the fire department wanted you to know is automotive is a great opportunity. Construction is a great opportunity. So too is the emergency responder world. Whether you're a fireman, a policeman, emergency medical man, there's a lot of other options, and it's not just for guys. It's very important that you all know that the gentlemen here today are backed up by an awful lot of other colleagues. Many of them are ladies. It's an incredible industry. Doesn't necessarily require advanced degrees. It requires hard work, a good foundational education, which you're getting right now in your high school, and the desire to always continuously learn and reinvent yourself. There are 5 folks right over there that reinvented themselves as firemen, and I want to thank them again for their service. Thank you, guys. Our first speaker doesn't need an introduction for many of you, but if you don't know who he is, you have somebody who knows a little bit about education too. Harvard and Stanford educated, sharp as a cookie, now a builder of his own dealerships, an entrepreneur, Hal Logan.
Thank you, Eric, and welcome to all of you, all of the students here. We are just absolutely delighted to see you today. I want you to just take a look around, particularly over here at the space behind me. And I want you to recognize that 6 months ago, just 6 months ago, there was nothing here. This was a vacant piece of land, overrun with weeds, trees, absolutely nothing here. And in that 6 months, something miraculous has happened here on this site. That we're in the process of building what in a few more months is going to be the most modern, most technologically advanced automobile dealership in the United States. The new BMW of Fairfield is going to be an outstanding place for people to buy cars, get cars serviced, and most importantly, to come to work every day. The fact, though, is that what's happened here and what's going on here every day is really not a miracle. It's the work of the people at Teamwrkx Construction, who is our construction manager, and the skilled trades, the people who are represented at the tables behind you, the carpenters, the electricians, the heating, the air conditioning, the plumbing, the people who have actually transformed this empty space into what's going to be a great modern dealership. And the point that we want you guys to take away from today's activities is that you too can be one of the people that makes these miracles happen. You can be one of the people who transforms an empty space into a building where people work and do business on a daily basis. And this doesn't require that you go to school for 4 years, incur $100,000 of debt, and get a college degree. Now, we're not trying to talk anybody out of going to college. If that's the path for you, that's fantastic. But it's not the path for everybody. And for the people who take a different path, we want you to recognize that there are significant opportunities in all of the businesses that are represented here. We have over here on the side, Nate Sanchez, who is the service manager for the BMW dealership. You know, Nate's team consists of people, none of whom have college degrees, all of whom make great livings, turning wrenches, fixing the BMWs that people in the area bring to us for service. We have representatives from our parent company, BMW Financial Services and BMW in North America, where you can get started as a call center operator and move up over time into a position where you're actually managing the financial and business aspects of dealerships all around the country. There are just wonderful opportunities, and we hope you guys will leave here today with a better understanding of what those opportunities look like than you had when you showed up here this morning. Many of these opportunities do require training, and some of that training takes place in a classroom. A lot of it also takes place on the job. I just want to point to one of the banners here behind me, the Skill Point Foundation. is an organization that matches students who want to get into the skilled trades with training programs that give you the kind of training that you need to be able to get started, and companies that will hire you once you've been trained. And they provide scholarships for students who might have some difficulty paying for those training programs. So I'd encourage anybody here to go to www.skillpoint.com or www.skillpointfoundation.org to understand more about the opportunities that these guys represent. So you're going to have what I hope is going to be a really entertaining day, a lot of fun. We're going to talk at you for a few minutes, but once we get done, I think you're going to really enjoy the tour that we're going to take you on. I do want to acknowledge some of the folks who've come here to join us today. The mayor of Fairfield, Harry Price, is over here to my left. Two members of the Fairfield City Council, Doris Panduro and Scott Tonneson, are here. And I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge our colleagues at Teamwrkx Construction, the general contractor that's actually building this building on our behalf, and their marketing director, Layla Sinvar, who really is responsible for making this day happen. So please, let's all give Layla a big round of applause. So I'm done talking. I think the next person that you're going to hear from is Natasha, who is actually the owner of the construction company Teamwrkx that's building our building. So, Natasha Vincent. Thank you.
Can you hear me okay?
Get close.
Like that?
Closer. There.
Like this?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Hal Logan, and thank you, students, teachers, parents, and esteemed leaders of this wonderful, wonderful community at Fairfield. We're so very happy to be here with you today. My name is Natasha Vincent, and I am with Rasinka Heritage School, Rasinka Learning Center. I come from the family of teachers, and I'm an immigrant from Russia. I'm also a general contractor, a license holder, and a co-founder of Teamwrkx Construction and Teamwrkx Facilities. And it's an honor to visit with you today. Education is in my blood. It's the lamp that lights my way, guides my hard work, and has paved my path to this moment together with you. Education brings us all together today to prepare for tomorrow. And it is all about you, your opportunity, your choices, and your future. Where you want to go and how you want to get there. The options and paths are so many. So let's talk about some of them briefly today. Education is a tool, maybe the main tool, to find, ask, and answer the questions your life is about, to understand the world around you, to discover what you like and what matters in life to you. Education, whether in school or in a job, is not a destination. It's a lifelong journey that provides you the means to not only invent, but also to reinvent yourself over and over. Education in all its forms is the fuel for your engine, the rocket of your personal growth today and throughout your life. But school itself is only one place to learn, and we cannot stay there forever, because life is so much bigger than just going to school. You learn so that you may do. You have choices. You're not the actor in somebody else's movie. You're the writer, creator, and producer of your own story. And this life is not a dress rehearsal. It is real. And all of us, of course, being juniors and seniors, know that. The future might seem scary in its vastness and complexity, but that is where our education comes in, equipping, enabling you today, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life. You are an explorer, an adventurer, the maker of your dreams. So whether you want to go straight to the university, or work while you study, or earn and save to study later, what industry can be adapted to fit your needs and goals? Look around you today, and please, maybe, consider construction. Education and construction together go hand in hand. As you meet the team of contractors on site today, you probably have met them already, you will notice that all of us come in all shapes and sizes, ages and genders. We are the products of a wide range of countries, faiths, and backgrounds, but we do share a few common traits. All contractors are continuously learning, growing, and developing through education. We depend upon and use the very same formal education you're receiving in your schools every day. Every tradesperson is forever both a student and a teacher of their craft, sharing and passing forward the trade tips and tricks of many lifetimes. Math, science, art, language, communications, even personal fitness are taught skills we apply in all we do professionally. These folks out there are the real-life wizards. The electricians, they use algebra and mathematics to calculate and channel the electrical forces to power all of us. Lightning at our fingertips. The mechanics of heat, air, and plumbing use physics to control turbulence, velocity, and flow of the air and water that sustain us. Air and water benders they are. The masons and erectors of steel, concrete, and carpentry reshape rock, dirt, and steel into structures that house and protect us. This is almost superhero magic stuff. Ladies, and after doing this 20 years myself, I can tell you, this is for us too. Why should only the men have all the fun? Construction careers are exciting and ever evolving. We are an ancient profession, one of the very oldest. We build the places where people gather to change the world, where we pray, play, study, work, sleep, indeed, where we live. Our work touches every part of society. We are the ultimate teammates enabling our society to build a future bigger and more lasting than ourselves. And we invite you today to join us for a day on this day. Teamwrkx Construction, show and tell. Have fun, guys. And now it is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce to you another lady who is an inspiration to me as well. She is not only an accomplished entrepreneur, a builder of dreams, right alongside Mr. Logan, but she's also earning her doctorate degree in education. Please welcome Etienne Legrand.
Thank you, Natasha, and welcome everyone. We are so excited to have you here. And the first thing I want to do is to have all of us give a round of applause to all the seniors in this space right now, because you guys have made it to this point, and we know that you're going to cross that stage in the spring, and that being here is going to help you start to click on what it is you want to do next. So we want to say congratulations to you right now. Woo! You guys have already started on your road. And I want you to look at this picture right here, because this is our road, and it's reflected then in the building behind us. You have to have a dream. And interestingly enough, sometimes you also just have to be ready for opportunity to show up. My husband and I didn't really think about owning a dealership. He'd been in the automotive space, I had not been. But when the opportunity presented itself, we said, makes sense to us. Automotive is one of the biggest sectors of our economy. There are so many jobs and opportunities that spin off of our ability to move ourselves around, to transport ourselves around on roads and bridges. And so we were ready to dream a different dream. And I think what part of what you're hearing is this idea that we all have to have a dream, and education plays a role in how those dreams can become manifest. When I was your age, I dreamt of being a basketball player. Now, for all of you out there who are way taller than me, way back in the day, 5'11" was as tall as a woman got, right? So at 5'4", that's not such a big deal. I mean, I could handle that. And in fact, for those of you who know sports and basketball, I played the 3 position. So that meant I was down in the paint with those 5'11" women. Now, I had the opportunity to go back to my college and do a kind of a alumni basketball game, and I went down in the paint and there were some 6'3", 6'4" young women. I won't do that again. But at every opportunity, when I realized the WNBA, nobody even ever thought about that, right? There weren't women playing basketball, there weren't women coaching, there weren't women as television personalities, there weren't women doing much of anything in the world of sports at the time. So I wanted to dream it, but I couldn't see it. So whatever you're dreaming, there are people around you right now who can help you see it. But when you have a dream, it means you have to be daring. You have to be bold, right? Because if you're not daring and bold, then you're just sitting around waiting for something to come to you, but you have to go get it. Which means then you have to be ready. You got to be prepared for opportunity. You have to be able to pivot. You have to see what maybe you couldn't see before. You're going to have to be enterprising and energetic, right? Because it takes a lot of hard work and hustle to make your dreams come true. You're going to have to apply yourself. I think today we might say you have to be on your grind, but you do, because you're going to work really hard to pursue something that you're passionate about and something that you want to have happen for yourself. Not for your mama or your best friend, but for you and the life you want to lead. And you're going to have to measure your progress against your dream. And sometimes right now when you're dreaming, which really is about imagining and being curious and bold, it looks like a big mountain, like those mountains over there that we have to climb. So what I will say is it's important for you to look behind you at where you've come from, because that will help you to get some perspective about where you're trying to go. So what we're trying to do here at BMW Fairfield and working with our partners at Teamwrkx is to build one of the state-of-the-art dealerships here in the Bay Area. And we want you to come back and visit us when you graduate, just to check it out when it's up and running and open. We hope to move in January. But in our dream of owning this dealership, we had a vision for doing business a different way. We think there is a better way to buy and service and sell cars. Everybody knows the jokes about salesmen who pressure you and it takes all day and all of that. That's not who we are. And so there's opportunity in your dreams to be disruptive and to be new and different. And the education that you're getting will help you figure that out. Because here's the other trick. There's always something we don't know, and that's okay. Because we can figure it out and we can learn. It is about still learning. And that is part of what Natasha was talking about. It's something that Hal has mentioned. But we are all learners. And here's your opportunity to speak your truth and talk to people around you about how they got where they now are, and talk to people behind you, as some of you were already doing. But don't stick with your buddies. They're going to be there when you get back on the bus. Break out and go talk to people, get yourself some information, and get ready to inform your own dream. Thank you so much for being here with us.
I know you guys are hungry. Give me a few more minutes, okay? Thanks for your patience. Hey, you heard about airbenders and waterbenders and wizards with lightning at their fingertips and all of this stuff. We're trying to make it sound a little bit exciting, but I got to tell you, it actually is pretty exciting. The electricians really are playing with life-threatening forces. That's no BS. It's the real deal. These plumbers, heating, ventilation, air conditioning guys, they absolutely are using physics, the very same information you're learning in school right now. We do it right behind here, paper and pencil, every day. These automotive mechanics that you think just turn wrenches anymore, they all have to have at least an above average college level reading ability, or they can't digest the complicated manuals that drive the machines they use to fix cars now. I just wanted to make sure, because nobody really convinced me that when I was in high school, I was learning what I needed to know to change my world. Now I realize I was. So I just want you all to know you are changing your world by staying in school, doing what you're doing. If you want to go to a 4-year college or university, that's wonderful. But some of us, like me, couldn't afford it. So I needed a profession that I could go into, I could start learning, but I could also start making some money, and I could go back and finish my degree. So that's what I did. So you've got Harvard grads up here. You guys got guys like me that took 6 years to get 1 degree. And I'm going to introduce you to a teammate in just a few minutes who wasn't even given the opportunity to finish high school, wasn't even given the language of English to get started here, and yet had to provide for his family. So I think my point is, this is an inclusive industry. Every one of y'all has a place, if you want it, within the trades or within construction. And aside from the superheroes you're meeting today, behind them are a lot of ladies and men that are doing accounting, contracts, legal, estimating, project management. It goes on and on and on. And it doesn't matter if you have a disability. It matters if you're bringing the will to work and you like to learn and you like to get better at what you do. We have room for the disabled. And all these superheroes you're meeting today, by the time they hit 40 or 50 years old and they've been busting their tails out here, they're not the superheroes they were anymore either. Our shoulders, our knees, our hips. We turn 50 years old, we have to reinvent ourselves. All of us do. And what you're going to find is a lot of us have reinvented ourselves using the very education you're getting today, combined with the on-the-job education that goes on in all of these trades, goes on with the fire department, the emergency responders, and yes, we general contractors learn all the time. It's very important. Got to always be hungry to get ahead and to learn. So, somebody who really embodies that, I want to bring up on the stage. We got together 18 years ago, did not have a very good command of the English language yet, did not have the opportunity to finish high school, and wasn't quite sure how he was going to support his family. But he's a hard worker. And he took advantage of every opportunity ever made available to him. And he's an inspiration to me 18 years later. 10 years ago, he took his opportunity, earned Carpenter Apprentice of the Year for the entirety of Northern California. It's a huge accomplishment, a huge achievement. And 10 years later, NorCal Carpenters Union Local still says, right on, Daniel, a very special person you are. Please welcome Daniel Aguilar.
Hi everybody. So I'm gonna start by saying this is not me. I never speak in front of people like this. My teammates over there, Teamwrkx, they've been amazing. I might kill them, but I'm gonna leave that later. Conocí a muchos de ustedes, niños. A mi hijo es senior también. Estoy hablando con unos de ustedes. Construcción es un trade muy bonito. Llegar a ser carpintero te enseña a hacer muchas cosas, no nada más en el trabajo, sino en tu casa, ayudar a amigos, ayudar a tus papás, ayudar a mucha gente, y también se paga muy bien. But some of you guys, I mean, a lot of you guys don't speak Spanish like I do, and a lot of you guys, so I'm gonna speak English. 18 years ago, like Eric said, I joined Teamwrkx, and I've been with them ever since then. I joined the Carpenters Union, and yes, I became 4 years later, after my apprenticeship, I became Apprentice of the Year, which not everybody gets that. I believe I was the only one, and I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my family. I'm proud of Teamwrkx because they helped me. But you guys, I mean, stay at a school as much as you can, get a degree. But if you, for whatever reason, if you need to get out, construction is amazing. It's fun, and I'm really happy that I've been here and I'm still here. Hopefully, I retire with this company, with Teamwrkx, and it's just amazing. I really don't know what else to say. Leila.
Thank you very much, Daniel Aguilar. By the way, when he says he wants to retire with Teamwrkx, he's being too modest. One of the things that he's done is started his own company, Valley Cleaning. He's one of our most important subcontractors all over Greater California, as well as being our chief safety officer at Teamwrkx Construction. So he's being too modest. He has his own business running very well. Another example of how you can reinvent yourself on the job. Now I'd like to bring up, thank you. I'd like to bring up Etienne one more time because she rightly points out the people that put this whole thing together include all of your teachers, the supervisors of the schools and so forth, and I'd like to have them called out and recognized by name. And Etienne, would you please help me with that?
Well, actually what we're going to do is ask all of you to move forward, because I know you're hiding in the back, letting the students have the stage. But if the district officials and Kim and Angela, where are you? All your teachers who made this happen with us, wave your hand. We just want to acknowledge you. Like, working in a school can be really challenging, and it's, you know, you're just coming back to school and there are a lot of moving parts, but they hustled up and saw how important this opportunity is for you to be here and meet these people and see this wonderful building coming up out of the ground. And we just really want to say thank you so much for partnering with us on this. And we're already talking about some other things we can do. So again, thanks so much, guys.
Has structural steel with pan decking and concrete poured. This building has 35 tons of steel rebar just in the walls. And with the concrete structure, slab, and footings, the building weighs 2.1 million pounds. This building is 170 feet long and 300 feet deep. It's one of the largest dealerships. This little inset area is the power for the building. The switchgear system is going in here. All the electrical panels will be serviced from this area, and it's come from a transformer that will be on the right. That they roll and fit to where you need them to go. Then once that's done, you have to make sure you got the rebar in there. So sometimes concrete companies will have rebar during the stroke. They have their own guys who do rebar. Other guys just do the wood framing, the leaves, everything but the rebar inside of it. So right now, it looks like they're really just doing framing, and they're making sure that everything is nice and tight with that metal line to make sure everything's aligned. Oh, that is a partition. So what's going on up there is that is actually to block the view of the mechanical units that go behind it, because it's an aesthetic issue. And we have Ms. Nancy Reagan herself to thank for that. She actually helped sponsor government code that said that you have to put up this wall in front of the mechanical units so that you don't see the ugly mechanical units taking away from the beauty of the exterior of the building. And you'll notice when you walk around other buildings around here, like Caliber Collision, can you see the mechanical units on top of the building? That is a no. That's because either the wall is built high enough where you can't see them, or they're hiding behind the header wall over there, over by the signings. You won't know unless you go up there, but that's the point. You can't see it, so the partition's doing its job.